if the elections were to happen right now, I'm very sure that she will win. And alam ito ng mga kalaban. Kaya lahat gagawin nila para ipakita sa publiko na hindi karapat-dapat ang mga Duterte.
Lumabas po sa media ngayon itong hiling na travel clearance ni Congressman Pulong Duterte. Nabanggit doon yung mga lugar kung saan siya pupunta. Ang pinagtataka ko, hindi naman lahat naman yata ng mga kongresista, mga mambabatas, mga politiko, kahit nga nasa executive branch, umaalis ng bansa during Christmas season, panahon ng Pero bakit sa kanya lang yung nailathala na i-publish kaya Prof? Kasi parang ang tingin ko rito kasi kung titingnan mo, isa kang ordinaryong ang haba-haba naman ng bakasyon mo. Meron pang dito, Hong Kong, China. Talagang maka-China ito, pupunta siguro ito doon. Ang dami ng mga espekulasyon, pero bukod tanging siya lang ang meron po, which is nagpapaalam naman siya. Pero bakit siya lang yung na-i-release? Hindi po ba yan parang unfair po, Doc? Ang tingin mo?
Well, in the first place, there is what we call, and it's guaranteed in the Constitution, the freedom to travel and abode, And I think ito naman isang karapatan din naman ng isang elected official, And yun nga, ginagawa naman niya yung tinatawag nating ministerial duties niya, as a lawmaker, na nagpapaalam siya ng maayos. It's just that, alam niyo naman, the Duterte family is being held under a magnifying glass, I would say, na lahat ng kibot, lahat ng gagawin nila, lahat ng sasabihin nila is always going to be heavily scrutinized by the opposition. And I'm not only pertaining to BBM or to Malacanang. When we talk about the opposition right now, maliwanag kasi na nagkakaroon na talaga ng maliwanag na alyansa itong mga progresibo, like itong mga liberals, pinklawans or dilawans or whatever you call them, kasama itong makabayan bloc, itong mga left-leaning party list groups na to, at they're all in support, I think, of BBM, and sa lahat ng aksyon na ginagawa ng gobyerno, they would rather support BBM rather than to have the vice president, because they know that their agenda, their political future will be very much in peril if ever the VP will assume the presidency in the case that Bongbong Marcos will resign. Pero setting aside, the idea of resignation, which I don't think BBM will do, hindi magre-resign yan. Okay? Pero what we're seeing right now is what's going to be in the horizon for 2028, and they're going to do everything they could, to paint the Dutertes in a negative light. They're going to do every trick in the playbook, so to speak, para ipakita sa taong bayan na mali ang mga Duterte, na hindi sila kadapat-dapat. Kaya nga itong mga actions nito, kagaya nito, I'm very sure, ang daming mga, tama po kayo, ang daming mga politiko ang humihingi rin ng travel clearance. Pero it's only Congressman Pulong Duterte which is being singled out, and because he is a Duterte, and like I said, everything that they're doing right now is heavily focused on how to weaken the Duterte base, because they know that VP Sara is very formidable by 2028. Actually, kahit ngayon pa lang, if the elections were to happen right now, I'm very sure that she will win. And alam ito ng mga kalaban. Kaya lahat gagawin nila para ipakita sa publiko na hindi karapat-dapat ang mga Duterte. Kahit hindi na si VP Sara, kahit yung mismong pamilya. So, I think these things are very, sabihin na natin, apparent, very obvious, Pero siguro in the pursuit of truth and parity and equality, I think siguro kung mayroong ganitong ginawa kay Congressman Pulong, I think it's but right na gawin din natin sa iba, no, na humihingi rin ng mga ganitong travel approvals, lalong-lalo na yung mga kaalyado nila, di ba?
Oo nga po, no? Kasi ang dami na si Congressman Zaldico nga, di nila natin alam na nasa ibang bansa na pala nung una, late na natin kung
Right.
hindi pa sinabi na nagpaalam na nandoon sa Amerika dahil nagkasakit, di natin alam. Wala tayong ganito eh. Ito hinihiling pa lang
Exactly.
pala. Wala pa yung approval. Nagtataka tayo bakit ganyan, no? Pero Prof, siguro bilang panghuli na lang sa mga ganap ngayon, merong nabanggit si Vice President Sara Duterte na magiging pinalungkot ng korupsyon ang ating Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I really totally agree with that, no. Actually, ramdaman naman natin siya ngayon, ano. Although hindi natin kasi talaga matatawaran yung ating holiday spirit, no, as Filipinos. Pero ako personally, I'm seeing, that this Christmas is a little bit dull, a bit more kumbaga parang may reservations talaga yung mga tao, no. And alam mo yung gustuhin mo mang magsaya, pero at the back of your mind, no, you're living in a society, in a social condition where you're being oppressed, that you have a government that is supposed to be working for you, pero in turn, ang nangyari, pinagnakawang ka na, and worse, pinagmumukha ka pang tanga every single day. Remember the 500 peso Noche Buena and all these things that they're saying. I think it really runs counter to the very essence and to the very spirit of Filipino Christmas, which is definitely family-oriented, no? So, yun, parang ang hirap kasing magsaya fully, no? Knowing that there is this very big, problem that the country actually has in its back, and it seems that the government is really, not very serious in making this corruption a very important reform agenda on its part. No? So, doon talaga, yun yung medyo binabalikat natin ngayon. Ano? And syempre, ang hirap talagang magsaya kung alam natin na mas malaki pa at mas marami pa sana tayong natatamasang serbisyo kung hindi tayo pinagnakawan. Na kung hindi tayo pinagkaitan, siguro mas marami sa atin ngayon nasa mga tahanan nila kaysa sa nasa ospital. O kaya mas marami sa atin ngayon, kakapiling pa rin natin yung mga mahal nila sa buhay at hindi nasawi dito sa mga nagdaang mga pagbaha. Diba? I mean, all these things, kung naiintindihan lang sana to ng gobyerno natin, I think they will be more, sabihin na natin, receptive to the needs and to the demands of the people. Kasi kung meron lang sana silang puso, at merong pagkilala doon sa kalagayan ng mga taong bayan, yung talagang totoong taong bayan, hindi yung lagi nilang sinasabi na taong bayan na hindi naman talaga representative ng nakararami. So, yun yung yun yung sana mangyari pa sa atin, especially for the coming year. A new hope perhaps, pero ako personally, ang gusto ko na sana rito, magkaroon ng magandang kakahinatnan sana itong mga investigations na to. Less of politics. I think the government should be more focused on the economic indicators ng bansa natin, kasi the economy of the country right now is really in a very, very bad shape. I hope that the president will somehow try to redeem himself by trying to focus na lang siguro not too much on the political aspects of the country's affairs, but more importantly on the economic trajectories of the country, para naman kahit paano may angat natin ng kaunti yung kalunos-lunos na kalagayan ng ating ekonomiya na naghihingalo at the moment.
Prof, maraming salamat sa inyo pong oras. Sa ulitin po, ingat po kayo.
Wala po nga naman. Mabuhay po kayo. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Si Professor Froilan Calilong, isang political analyst na pag-usapan po natin itong posibleng pagbuhay nga ng impeachment complaint or impeachment laban dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. And at the same time, ito nga pong mga issue dun sa PhilHealth, no?